Howdy, folks. It is Diecastbuffet here again with one of the most random produced diecasts from 2006. I don't even think a lot of Dale Jr. fans even know this car exists. This is a fantasy paint scheme of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s 250th Nextel Cup Series starts. Now, apparently this happened at Lowe's Motor Speedway, which for the newer fan, Charlotte Motor Speedway used to be sponsored by Lowe's. Ironically, Jimmy Johnson blew up that track during the 2000s. He was money there. That's besides the point. Good sponsorship. This was like a commemorative diecast. They made an absolute metric biff ton of these things, and eventually it will be a donor. So that's always good. Anyways, we're going to do a diecast review on it, but I just want to say, look at the box artwork. You got Charlotte Motor Speedway. You got the freaking infield. You got the lights, the grandstands. You could probably see what tires are on the pit boxes over here. What a beautiful piece of artwork. Why in the biff do we not get anything on the new boxes nowadays? Check this out. This is the new boxes or this is 2022, but the stuff in 2023 ain't too far off. Look how plain Jane that is. You gotta be joking me. I mean, it's a cool diecast, but look how plain the box is. I mean, you need another example. Check this out. This is a top to a J.J. Yaley 2006. Raise the camera up. Look at the colors. Look at just look how cool that looks. And look how stale and like newspaper gray the stuff was in 2022. Man, that would be the first thing I would change, is I would absolutely just make the packaging look decent. I mean, just decent, not like newspaper gray. Anyways, enough of me harping. Let's go ahead and look at the side here. Now, it looks like the main print of the whole box is pretty much the same, the top and the sides. You go over here to the production sticker. This is the 250th consecutive start, 2006 Monte Carlo SS. Total production, get this, 7,812. Put this in perspective. That truck diecast I just showed you, guess how many got made? 720. Only 720. Yeah, it's a different world. And here's the other side of it. Now, this is a Motorsports Authentics. I don't really know the differences for everything, so I'm going to go ahead and open this one up. Got your foam insert, so get ready for a little squeaky foam. And, well, let's go ahead and get the thing out of the whatever. What is this, paper towels? What the biff? Alrighty, folks, right out of the good old packaging and all that good jazz. And this is this paint scheme. So let me just say this like right off the bat. The actual livery for this paint scheme is fantastic. I mean, you could put any color palette on it. You could put any logos you want, and this thing would look amazing. And it's kind of funny how they put the logo right here and now on the quarter panel, kind of, foreseeing the future of what would be the Gen 7 car, and how they put almost all their crap on the door panel now instead of using the side. That's besides the point. Great looking paint scheme here. But this to me is like, it's literally the 2000s in a nutshell. The fact that they made almost 8,000 of a 124 scale diecast with ridiculous quality, celebrating someone's 250th start. To put this in comparison, I think Harvick ran like 700 something races. I mean, that 250 is really not a lot for NASCAR Cup Series guys, because it was Dale Jr. Of course they did it, because I mean, NASCAR in the 2000s was so freaking popular. You could go to a store and you could see Halloween costumes, dog leashes, fishing poles. You could find living room furniture with NASCAR driver stuff on it. That's how popular NASCAR used to be. So this doesn't surprise me, but nowadays they would never make anything like this. 250 a start. That's interesting. But regardless, let's jump to the review. Alrighty, folks, so off the base, and here we go. First off, I want to say thank you to all the cats who help support the channel, not by just watching it, but also using that promo code down below, guys. I really do appreciate everyone who shops over there at Circle B Diecast and use, Circle B Diecast and using my promo code. It means the world to me, guys. I just want to say thank y'all so much for that. I greatly appreciate it. And if you do want to use that, check it out down in the description. We'll have the details for that down below. So let's go ahead and hop to this diecast review. Let's go to the top of the car right here. You got the 250th Nextel Cup Series starts. You got the Junior logo, which kind of looks like a bootleg Pizza Hut logo. I'm just keeping it real. This is coming from a Junior fan, so it's all good. You got Lowe's Motor Speedway. That's a throwback. I miss Lowe's Motor Speedway. That's pretty cool. October 14th, 2006, I was probably playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas with a Hot Wheels City on the floor during that race when it was happening. That's probably what was going on. You got the hood right there. The hood looks a little bit open on this side and not on this side. I don't know if that's just a bugaboo or what. Let's move the camera back just slightly. Now, you can see a little bit of a oopsie-doo on the grill vent. I believe this is painted because you could see some smears at the bottom. Now, I'm not sure how they paint these, if they put like a little, like a cardboard sleeve in and they just like use an airbrush, or they just brush it on manually. I don't know how in the world they do it, but you do see some paint splotches there. That's okay. The quality of these cars from the 2000s, it's really like, it's like a Rolls Royce compared to a Honda Civic. It's incredible, guys. Incredible stuff. So you got Monte Carlo SS. You have no contingencies. Again, this is a fancy paint scheme, but I mean, the whole livery for this car, you could put this on a next-gen car, and it would still look amazing. I'm just shooting you straight. And there's actually like a silver etching around this kind of like a what is it? The hockey team, the Hurricanes or whatever, kind of a hurricane look to it. Looks really freaking good. Like that a lot. Now, if you're a newer fan to the NASCAR diecast collecting, and you've never had your chance to get one of the older diecasts, maybe you just don't find it cool, let me show you what that era had in store. Let me tell you, man, the 2000s were just the era of quality, in my opinion. Whether it was video games, whether it was cartoons, freaking diecasts, there was something about the 2000s that just had an unbelievable amount of quality. Now, I do think the front end plastic here is a little bit bent. You can see it's shorter on this side and it's a little bit, wider on this side. I believe this is probably a factory error, but you know what? Big deal. Look at all the details on this. I mean, you got a freaking, it's like a plastic rubber fibery hose. That's not like solid plastic. That thing's actually moving. Don't believe me how detailed these things are? Look at the sway bar, the lower control arms. These things have springs. It's hard to see, but there is a spring in there. I mean, the crap they put in these cars. You got your little, I think these are like water pumps or some BS, or like a water reservoir. I mean, it's ridiculous how much detail they have. You even have the detail for the fan. All the crap is colored, too. I mean, it's not just one big chunk of plastic and they call it a day. There's a little bit of a bugaboo there. I don't know if that's factory or what. I got this car used, so it might have been, chipped or something. Who knows? Again, they made 8,000 of these things. Big deal. But what an awesome amount of detail. Let's go to the left side of the diecast. Again, this is a fancy paint scheme, so no tomfoolery on it. But the livery itself just looks great. Definitely gives me some Tony Stewart 02 to 04 vibes when he had kind of the tribal effect to it. Just a beautiful, beautiful paint scheme. Got the number 8. Once again, you're predicting the future with the next gen car. What is this, Christopher Bell's paint scheme, where they just put a Ream logo here and they leave the quarter panel completely open? Gotta love that. Got Dale Jr. right there. No other logos. Got your NACA ducks. Look at all the pop rivet design. That's amazing. Lowe's Motor Speedway. I can see why so many people buy these overproduced Gen 4 cars, and they just have a ball with them. They modify them. They turn them into raced versions. I could see why, because there's like a gajillion of these things floating around. And truth be told, there's going to be these things are probably going to be overproduced probably for the next 20 years. And then they'll start drying up because there's so much of these things made. I mean, look at the bottom. Incredible. I think that's metal. Yeah, this is all freaking metal. That is incredible. And you got like the heat treated gold looking paint. You got your truck arms here that are painted. Oh, by the way, you got your freaking drive shaft there. Wow. Incredible. Incredible stuff. These things also have some weight to it. They're very similar to how the truck diecast are nowadays. If you have like a next gen car in your collection in the 1/24 scale and you have a truck diecast from the same year, they're a little bit heavier because there's more metal. These are similar to that. Look at the suspension. I mean, just incredible stuff. And since these actually have a spring in them, I believe you can remove that spring and actually lower the car. I'm not kidding you when these things were just, they're works of art. Got 2006 October 14th again. I was probably playing with a Hot Wheels City back in '06 because it was too cold to go swimming. So I was probably playing some GTA San Andreas or something. I get the Earnhardt Foundation logo there. Got number 8. Got the big old bow tie in the back end. Get the trunk decal there. And just when you need, look at this. The freaking trunk locks and opens up. How cool is that? So if you lower it just slightly, there's a little hinge point. It just drops manually. But if you're like, you know what, I feel like displaying this car today, the trunk actually has the technology to open up and stay up. So you can see all the BS that's inside the car. Incredible detail, guys. Just incredible works of art. You have a clear hose right here, which is the fuel. I don't know if that's going to the gas insert or is that going to the engine. I don't know. All the tomfoolery with it. They even have plastic bars that go around the gas tank. I mean, you can't even see the gas tank, I might add you, from underneath. You can't even see it. And they put all that detail in there. It's ridiculous how much detail they put in these cars. If that's not enough, I've even seen, I did a review on a JJ Yaley 2006. They actually printed, get this, the sticker tire logo, like, you know, when they buy the Goodyears at the Goodyear shop at the track or whatever and has like a sticker to it, they actually printed that on the bottom of the tire decals or the tires. It's just insane the level details the detail they'd put on these cars. You go to the roof, of course, you have your roof flaps that do engage. Now they're not as, yeah, they're a little bit loose. I still wish they would change the construction of the modern day diecast to a better hinge design. I don't like this loose design. And the reason why is because when you take these things apart, they're a pain in the butt to get back together. And then putting decals over them, it's almost impossible. So this is very similar to how the Line L cars are nowadays. They're probably a lot stronger and they're not going to, you know, chip and fall apart. Now, there is a little bit of a bugaboo I noticed with the hood underneath it, if I could open it up. But anyways, let's see. I might be able to, there we go. Actually was able to open it up without a tool. That's actually pretty cool. But you can see the firewall in the back, that plastic right here underneath the cowl flaps. It's a little bit yellowed. So that's something I've noticed on a lot of diecasts from the 2000s is the plastic they were made with is starting to turn, which is making me feel old. But yeah, you can see the firewall is yellowed, and there's probably some plastic within the cockpit that is yellowed as well. You could store these cars as best as you want, and they still will yellow at some point in time. That's just how plastics and the chemicals and all the oils and all the BS they use to make plastics, the fire-resistant stuff they add into it, it all eventually yellows. So don't think you're just you didn't store your diecast properly. It's going to happen to all of them. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching the video, guys. This is a super random review. I'm like, why not? I'm gonna make this into a custom, whatever. We're gonna strip it and all that good stuff. So I figured, you know what? Let's do a diecast review on it. I can't get enough of these freaking 2000s Gen 4 cars. You know what I need to do a review on now? I need to do a freaking diecast review on a COT from like 2008 or 2009 because I've heard a lot of good stuff about them things and I'm blown away. This is only the second Gen 4 car, Action Gen 4 that I've actually done a review on. In the Action, whatever, not the Winter Circle line, but the actual hood opening and all that good jazz line. Incredible stuff. Thank y'all for watching. Have a blessed one. Diecastbuffet signing off.